Hello, my name is Tyler Ballinger.
And I'm Jack Dunn. This is RJTV. Immersion is a big part of Regis Jesuit High School. RJTV reporter Jack Kellier tells the story of one of the coolest trips Regis has to offer. RJ students are sometimes hesitant to go on the immersion trips because it's a big commitment. But the Raiders who do come away with empathy on a global scale.
I think the purpose of these trips is to really immerse our Regis Jesuit girls into their culture and form the relationships that need to be formed to be able to communicate through them and to help them and just really give them love.
So the best takeaway I think that we get from this as you know, upper middle class males is just like to empathize. We need that. We need to learn how to empathize, and it's hard to do that unless you take the time and the effort to hear someone's story.
I chose to go on this trip because I wanted to put myself into a situation where I was forced to form relationships with these people that didn't have the simplest things in life that we are so grateful to have. And we don't realize how lucky we are to have these things in life. And I just wanted to meet these people and form relationships with them.
It's really cool for us to be able to go down and spend some time with you know, kids and adults who, you know, are yearning for help, and more than that, they just want to make connections.
I think the most gratifying thing was seeing the finished house, because we started this project and weren't able to finish it because of the time we were there, but several groups came in after us. So seeing the picture, and the International Samaritan sent us a picture of the finished house with the family in front of it, so that was really gratifying to see our work actually come to a close.
The impact that it made in my life, I wouldn't be a teacher for sure. I wouldn't be at this Jesuit institution without a doubt if I wasn't on those trips. And they framed my life, and I just wanted to hopefully give somebody else the opportunity to do the same.
Yeah, I would definitely love to go on another trip because even though we were down there for 2 weeks, it still felt like 2 days. Like we did so much, but it was such a small amount of time in the proportion of going for like a year or going for 2 years. So I would definitely like to go back just to learn more about their culture and what they do there and how they actually live besides those 2 weeks.
Do it. Absolutely go. You have to go. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and once you go, you'll probably want to go back and continue to do it. It's a great way to make connections that you never would have ever made in your whole life.
This is Jack Dunn and Jack Kellier for RJTV.
On September 10th, our reporters Jason Lewis and Jeffrey Lord, along with various others, set out to meet former president of Regis Jesuit, Father Sheridan. Shortly after, on September 29th, Father Sheridan resigned due to several reasons involving health. Rick Sullivan will be acting president as the school searches for the new leader.
Father Sheridan is an outstanding man. I've known him since the 1970s. He's a visionary. He's a committed priest. He has a complete passion for the poor and using our resources to help others.
I just want to insert myself into the community in a very positive way. Some days I'll stand outside and greet the young women coming in, and some days the young men. I'll be at the entrance when you come to school. And I'll do that as much as I can depending on meetings and stuff.
With our short time spent with Father Sheridan, we realized that he had only the best intentions for Regis in mind.
I think his impact on the school was to bring us back to what really is our mission. How do we care for others, whether they be poor or each other?
I certainly want to insert myself in terms of encouragement and to be very much involved in your lives without interfering. I just want to be supportive. I want to get to know the students.
He came to realize that he didn't think he was going to be able to give Regis 110%. And I don't want this gap in leadership to be any way detract from what we're trying to accomplish at the school or anything from the students' experience here. So I'm willing to step up as the school needs and wants me and the board needs and wants me.
It is sad for us to see Father Sheridan go, but in his eyes, it is what was best for Regis Jesuit.
We care for each other. We care for families who lose loved ones. We care for the poor at a deep level, and just be there to thank you for who you are.
With the cooler weather coming means fall is upon us, which means the school play is underway. Let's take a look at the latest installment in our theater department.
The musical that we're doing in the fall is called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. It's a musical comedy, so the angle of trying to find as much comedy within there is definitely key. And so I just kind of wanted to do a farce, a very big, witty comedy that people would be really wanting to come for. The actors that do get cast are really excited for a new process and to really delve in. Ethan Clock is our lead for this. He's playing J. Pierpont Finch. And on the other side, Rosemary Pilkington is played by Kate Anderson. And so these two really have a great look, have a great persona.
He's the protagonist that the audience is following and watching his journey climbing up the corporate ladder.
And he is a guy that found this book, and this book is called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. Rosemary Pilkington is the protagonist of the play in a manner of she is a secretary, right? She's a secretary in this business world, and that she's kind of fed up with it. You know, she doesn't like her position. She doesn't like how the male staff is treating her. She is kind of through. And then the final piece that puts it all together is the pit band, the music that puts it all together. The music is jazzy. It's really jazzy, and I know Mr. Tim Sauer is a jazz guy. I would say it breaks the fourth wall, which means that the actor, the protagonist, Pierpont Finch, really kind of talks to the audience.
I'm excited to see how I can improve my comedic timing, I guess, to try to get the audience more engaged.
What is it to be a businessman rather than a businesswoman in corporate America?
Females nowadays dream bigger than domestic life, and so I think that as an audience member in 2015 while you're watching this show, it's kind of satirical. I feel like the audience will be taken back in be like, no, girls are worth more than that.
I kind of wanted to bring this this play to our attention, our community, because I still think sometimes these gender stereotypes and gender roles appear, in our community still. And so this is kind of just a fun way to show our community and through musical theater about how sometimes absurd it can be.
The hockey team won nationals last year and looked to improve on that success. RJTV reporters Noah Winston and Max Zeringer look into what the team felt winning the national championship.
It was a unexpected joy, is what it was. Our team was coming off some tough times and gelling together as a team and getting out on the ice and really competing for one another was just a fantastic feeling. It's pretty good. I think we've lost one game. I think we're 7-1. We've played all the top teams in the state except for Ralston Valley right now, and we're competitive with all of them.
Our football program has a new chapter to write. With the new coach comes new philosophy, leaders, and energy. RJTV reporters Isaiah Ross, Tommy Gessler, and Chase Becker take a look in our new program.
For senior tight end Jack Stoll, it's a new season with new possibilities.
I'd say the most exciting part has definitely been, again, the Mullen game, just having a high-home crowd and coming out there with the win.
I think for me the biggest thing I learned is just the toughness of our kids here. Just a great group of guys, but they're real gritty. I was pleasantly surprised on that. I just wasn't sure, going into a parochial school, how the toughness of the kids would be, but that's been a great thing, and real tough kids that just work hard and strive to be the best they can.
Goals for the rest of the season, definitely want to win out, definitely want to learn a lot, and get a ring. So
goals always state championship. Probably the state championship, because I think we're the best team out there, so we're going for state.
Just trying to make everybody around me proud. I want to make Coach proud, I want to make my parents proud, I want to make my siblings proud. And yeah, I also want to play at the next level, so I'm always motivated to, get a scholarship and play.
I draw my inspiration from my brothers and my dad and how they played football and stuff like that.
Biggest inspiration is to, fight and just win for my brothers. The guys that we've been with for 3 years now, it's being our fourth, that I just don't want to let them down because we've all worked so hard and we've all earned the spot that we've gotten to.
This has been Isaiah Ross reporting from RJTV, signing up.
In our final story, RJTV reporters Austin Boyle and Aiden Feehan take a look at two brothers who have turned a passion into a business.
Junior Sam Frischman is a hockey player, but fixing up Zambonis is a little too tough.
I've always had a passion for making money any way I can, and I've always liked vehicles like golf carts and ATVs, so I just decided to start flipping them. Started with just getting one vehicle that started out with a three-wheeler, and I moved on to ATVs, and then now golf carts and bigger items. I usually reupholster the seats, power wash them, and then clean tires and wheels, and then clean the carburetor.
Business isn't puttering along anymore. It's booming.
I had 10 golf carts, and then about 10 of the big ATVs, and a few, probably like 5 smaller ATVs.
Fixing golf carts and ATVs is hard work for one. That's why there's two. Brother Will tells of how it all began.
Well, at first I wasn't really just to buy and resell. We just really wanted one to play around with since we were little. And then after some years, we finally got enough money together to buy one. And then our parents told us to get rid of it because they thought it was dangerous. We ended up making money off of it, and then we just kept on doing that for the future. I think it's a cool idea in that what we do is different than most teenagers, and that it's a good experience.
This is Aiden Feehan and Austin Boyle for RJTV.
I'm Tyler Ballinger.
And I'm Jack Dunn.
See you next time on RJTV.